And now my other concern around this, Natasha, is the fact that the farmers were very evidently agitated, right? And one of the responses that we got from the South African police is that they couldn't arrest some of the farmers on the day because they were armed with guns, very dangerous guns, to be specific. Now, when you see that happening in Senekal, where you see farmers coming to a protest with dangerous ammunition, to a point where even the South African police, that's another topic, that's another discussion, with the South African police not even able to arrest them or to deal with that level of violence that they came on with. What do you say to that element of the farmers themselves being armed with dangerous guns, coming into a court of law, vandalizing some of the property in there, and subsequently destroying a sub's vehicle? So what do you have to say? Because they, on the other hand, are
the other
agitated
extreme. Absolutely,
as much as some of the members of the economic freedom fighters are.
So what saddens me about all of this was that the majority of the people who attended that Senekal protest were there, kneeled down in prayer. They were God-fearing, South African-loving people who had come together to protest a cause. As always, you get the extreme left and the extreme right. An incredibly small element, and we know, we've seen the video footage, we know what that element was, managed to cause chaos and pandemonium. And you could see how many of the farmers were trying to back away, not become involved. They were just there for a peaceful protest. But to those extremists...
A peaceful protest, but they had guns, dangerous guns.
Not,
I want you to deal with that element.
We need to be fair.
Malema,
not all of
you
them.
came here to lay criminal charges because Malema posted a picture of a gun. Now let's talk about the guns that the farmers brought. Have you condemned that?
Absolutely.
Besides anything else happening there?
We had an interview earlier where you asked me a very similar question. And in that interview I told you I condemn all forms of violence. I condemn extremism on the left and I condemn extremism on the right. It was not all the farmers who arrived there with firearms. It was a grouping who need to take responsibility for the actions that they caused.
And what is the DA going to do about that grouping? Are you going to try and lay criminal charges against them? Are you going to try to probe this to avoid an issue where violence takes place?
Absolutely. So, as I've said, the extreme left, the extreme right requires the centre to hold. The rational centre needs to hold. Now we know that there is an investigation into all criminal activity that took place, and it is criminal activity.